We'll start our Cardinal Conrad's happy hour here with our championship men's basketball team here. Jordan Jermain, Trey Shannon, Kobe McKinley, 2024 GLVC champions. How does that feel?
Looking at me?
Anybody?
I mean, it's cool. It's obviously a great experience to win it, to at least have something to show for this year. So it was fun. That's what I got to say. It was fun.
Yeah, it was a great experience. It was humbling at the same time, making it to the national tournament, something a Jewel team hasn't done before. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, just seeing our hard work, paying off all that work we put in the off season, running on that track and all that good stuff.
Yeah. See the fruits of your guys' labor. We saw that throughout the season. There was some times that there were some games, and I'm sure you guys were wondering what happened, and you come out the next week, and that was the Cardinal team that we were used to. You guys had playoff experience in the past GLVC tournament here in the past few years. How did that prepare you to go into this year's tournament, knowing you guys had the best squad that you felt you had?
Yeah, it was just building off of those previous years, like you said. Guys like Mason, Zim, Harry, that kind of paved the way for us. We kept seeing it in the postseason and seeing what we were capable of, and got it done this year.
Yeah.
I think we went into this year kind of a chip on our shoulder. We saw McKinley make a great run last year, upset us first round. So just living those experiences, I think, made us that much stronger this year.
Yeah. I mean, like both of them were saying, it was definitely like built up over time. A lot of failures that went into it, so it gave us a lot more confidence knowing what needed to be done this season. So,
Second game of the tournament against UND, a team you guys have already played twice. You played, recently. You go in there, close game down the end. Talk to me about that final sequence. I know there was a pretty big shot. You hit Kobe a three, and then J-Ball, you kind of got him the ball there to allow that to happen.
Yeah, trusting in Kobe to hit that shot. He missed a couple in the couple games before, but we all had confidence that he was going to knock it down. So,
What was going through your mind when you had the ball in your hand there, Kobe?
taking the shot,
Yeah,
like exactly what was going through my mind.
or right before, right after, anything.
I mean, in the moment, it was like, oh, I have to shoot. Like, he backed up, so I shot. But before, I can't lie, I was a little nervous. I don't know if you paid attention to the whole few minutes before, but it would look like to a casual that I threw the game away. But we ended up sticking with it. I was a little nervous, but I knew something had to happen. So,
Did you realize the significance of you making that shot as soon as it went in?
I'd say, yeah. Yeah.
Kinda go-
I kind of let out a scream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a little war cry scream. So, I was hyped for sure. I was hyped.
Trey, Kobe, you two guys that came back using your fifth year of eligibility. Trey, what was it like for you? Because I know last year, due to injury, didn't go the way that you had anticipated it, to be able to come back and have the season you had this year.
Yeah, like I mentioned before, that McKinley game, it was definitely tough watching that at the end of the bench, knowing that's not how I wanted my career to end. Just coming back stronger, trying to lead the guys. I couldn't envision it any other way.
Yeah. Kobe, what was it like for you coming out and using that final year?
I mean, I was definitely happy to return. Like, obviously, I have a big love for the guys, big love for the coaching staff. So, in that manner, just the personnel, I was happy to return. But with basketball, I knew there was more to be done. Like, went out twice in the conference tournament, and I knew we just had more. Knew there was more to be done.
For sure. And J-Ball, there's more for you to be done.
Yep. I'm the old head now. They were, now I am.
Have they given you any fifth-year advice here since you're coming back?
All the time.
Take care of their body, man. They're getting old.
You're going to get you a walker or something.
I guess. I don't know.
Well, guys, thanks for everything here this season, for the both of you, for everything over 5 years. I'm glad that you guys get to end it with a piece of the net and the trophy in front of you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate
Thank you.
it.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Joining us now for the 2024 GLVC Championship here at Cardinals Happy Hour at Conrad's. Kyle Scharbrough, Justice Sutton, Luke Jordan. Thanks for coming up, guys.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Quite an exciting season all the way around. Let's, kind of go through. Do either you, besides the trophy, have a favorite memory that you guys accumulated this season?
Besides the trophy.
It's the trophy, isn't it?
It has to be the trophy.
Yeah,
Definitely.
that whole GLVC tournament run was just so exciting, so fun. We all knew we could do it, so it was good to finally get it.
Yeah.
What was it like for Justice, a freshman, Kyle, in your second year, Luke, a guy kind of coming off the bench? We saw you perform higher and higher throughout the season. To be able to have the success you guys had, being that for the two of you, you've seen this program before, and then Justice, it's your first season, kind of seeing the caliber that the program operates at.
For me, it was a great experience. I was glad to be able to be here. And I know that for like Kobe and Trey and those guys, it's been a journey for the program to get this level. So for me to be able to kind of step in and help us win at a high level this year, that was really fun for me. I know that.
For me, it was probably just the older guys putting the faith in us that we knew we could do it. Coming in, we saw the standard we needed to get to, and we bought in and just did what we could when it was our turn. So,
Yeah, it was a little different for me, I'm sure, than them. I think our young guys did a great job stepping up this year, obviously contributing. The past 3 years I've been here, it's kind of stepping stones up to this point, and glad we got it done this year. It was a lot of fun.
Luke, talk to me a little bit yourself. You talk about those stepping stones, year 1, 2, and 3. We really saw you come into your own here this season. What has been the difference in the culmination of that?
Yeah, just continuing to get better each year, trying to improve every day. This year, I'm glad I kind of found a way to contribute this year on the court. Those first 2 years were big for me, just learning from older guys, and I'm sure it's the same for them. They did a great job paving the way, establishing a culture, and that was just my job to step in and keep that consistent.
Yeah. What is it like having a guy that's been in similar shoes to you guys there in your guys' locker room?
it's been good. Me and Luke, we battle in practice every day. We're always competing, and it's fun. Just having that older guy to push you and who's been there before and stuff like that, yeah.
I think for me, the biggest thing I like taking away from Luke is just his demeanor. It never changes. It's always just calm, never wavers, and the highs or lows. And that's been really, really cool for me to see, and something that I'm going to try and imitate in my future here.
For sure. Talk to me now a little bit about the competitive nature of this program and these guys, because if you guys are out on the floor just doing a pickup game, it looks like it's a conference championship caliber game. You guys just get into it no matter what.
Yeah, that just kind of says a lot about our culture, you know. Every time we step on the court, it's a competition. You want to win, and I think everyone who's here feels that way. You want to win, and that's kind of just bottom line.
Yeah, definitely. I just say we just go out every day and practice, try and improve each other, and I think, games just get competitive like that. That's how it goes. So.
Yeah, every day is competition. You want to win each day, whether it's pickup in the weight room, wherever. So we're always wanting to win that last game and pick up or whatever it is. So yeah.
Yeah, well, you guys definitely can see that no matter where you're at, lifting, running, working out. Who, before we let you go, is the most fierce in like a one-on-one when everybody's watching? Who do you not want to go against?
I'll take anybody, especially Kobe. So, yeah. Yeah.
Kyle, Luke?
I would say Isaac's pretty hard to guard. He makes some tough shots. He's kind of a pain, especially when he hits one over you.
For me, it's probably J-Ball. You feel like you guard him perfect every time, and then he hits you with a quick last bit of pump fake or something, and it always goes in. So,
yeah, for sure. Well, I'm glad that these guys are on your team and you don't have to go against them when it counts.
For sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Enjoy your guys' season, the off season, what little bit you have, and enjoy your guys' conference championship.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I've used it. He's probably used it more than I have. Oh yeah, that's right. You guys leveled up on us.
Conference championship celebration here at Cardinals Happy Hour at Conrad's Restaurant and Ale House. Assistant coach Mason Alexander, former player of the very program he now coaches for, here next to us. When you look at this trophy, what goes through your mind?
A lot of bad memories leading up to it.
Really?
We struggled early on, but having this in front of me, it's really a great reward to still be a part of the program. It's a lot different sitting on the bench coaching, but to have this in our grasp feels really great.
You, one of the best three-point shooters, one of the best players in this program history, coming back, you do have your 5th year, and then come back to decide to coach. What does William Jewell basketball mean to you?
It means a lot. It's been a big part of my life. It's kind of shaped who I am. I've made a lot of great memories and friends here, and it meant the world to me to be able to come back and give back from a different perspective.
Yeah. And then I'm sure this is exactly what you went into every season wanting, dreaming about, working towards. Now to finally have it, and have it with some of your former teammates as well as some of players that you just know as players. What does that mean?
It means a lot. It was a little bit of an emotional thing to see the guys do it, something that felt like it was almost out of reach when we first got here. And slowly every year it became more part of the conversation and kind of an unspoken goal that we had. And so to see these guys do it, it was great. It was awesome, and it was a really fun experience.
Talk to me about what that transition was like, being coached under Chris McCabe and now coaching alongside head coach Chris McCabe.
I didn't get yelled at as much, but it was really fun getting to see all the work the coaches put in behind the scenes. It definitely made me respect them a lot more than I already had. To see all the stuff that they go through on a daily basis up in the office was really eye-opening. And so it was a really cool experience to be a part of them and kind of be more of a colleague rather than that player-coach relationship that is still there for sure. But it was really cool.
We saw you out throughout the entire season, the off season. You're running guys through drills, getting their shots up. You're right there working with them. What are some of the things that now you're thinking, oh, now as a coach, I have the opportunity to give this bit of insight or this, this fact to a player?
Yeah, definitely watching every day instead of being a part of the play has opened my eyes to a lot of things. Skills one thing, but kind of reading plays, seeing how guys react to one another, what they need to work on, bouncing ideas off the two guys in front of me here. That's been the biggest difference, and it's allowed me to kind of give input when I feel like is needed, and it's been nice to do.
Awesome. Well, we're glad that your career, at one point or another gets to have this trophy, and we hope that there's many more to come.
No doubt, for sure.
Awesome. Thanks, Mason.
No
Enjoy
problem,
it.
Greg.
We'll continue our 2024 GLVC Men's Basketball Championship Cardinals Happy Hour at Conrad's Restaurant and Ale House. Head coach Chris McCabe here with us, the man that put it all together.
We had a lot of guys working towards it, so it was fun to see it. It's fun to see it. I like that the camera's blocked, and I like that's what it's blocked by.
No, that's a good obstruction.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you the same question that I led off with Mason. What does it mean when you see that sitting in your office and sitting in front of you?
Well, it's a culmination of a lot of things, and it's not just one single moment. If it was one single moment, then it'd be easy to describe. But I think about times of losing streaks or times when you think you're close and then maybe not so much, or But then we even had some incredible moments along the way that didn't capture that, right? When we went and beat Southwest Baptist, right? And you were so close, and then we thought 2 years ago we really had a chance, and then here came McKinley, and then you wonder if you're ever going to get it. And then to go on the run that we did was pretty special, and it's a snapshot in time of a lot of work that went into it to get to that point that made it really special. And so we're excited that we have something to show for it, but nonetheless, we know our guys were always worthy of it.
Talk to me a little bit, unpack that, about the ebbs and flows you alluded to. There's a Maryville game that is a 4-point difference and it goes the other way. There's an S&T game that's, a lot closer than I'm sure you guys wanted. But like you said, there's the Missouri Western game. You play a nationally ranked team very close. There's the MIAA games, the SBU game there to start off the year. So you guys have your highs, there's the lows, and ultimately able to put it all together.
Yeah, but all the while we knew we had the opportunity to do it. But when you haven't, or when maybe you haven't seen the example before, you're just going off of what your coach says or what is being preached to you, and what coach doesn't stand in front of a team and tell them, hey, we want to be good, hey, we want to win. So they've heard it. How did we put them in positions to experience it so that then the finer details of it could translate to success? And so when we, and Kobe kind of mentioned that, or J-Ball mentioned this about Kobe, like, he had missed a couple shots close in games, and we were at Indy, and he missed the 3 late against Indy. And we literally said in the locker room, hey, we're saving one for when it matters. Because you got to create belief amongst each other, and I think this group really believed in each other. And then we had some guys that just played exceptionally well when it mattered the most, and we were healthy at that time too. So you just go through all those moments, but you just got to keep pushing to get out on the other side of it.
This is something that we've discussed before, a shorter bench than other teams have had for a few different reasons. What did it mean to look at your guys and know that they were going to have their legs under them? They're 3 days into the tournament where other teams might not.
Well, part of it goes back to your training and what your preparation is in September for those moments. And so it's not just one single thing. But then also just the mentality of, focusing on not being tired, being tough enough to push through, being one of the best conditioned teams in the league, so that in those moments it doesn't get too big for you. You don't worry about, I'm tired or I can't, but then at the same time when there's an opportunity for a guy to come in and maybe play some minutes, you put him in and you give him some minutes. But, we really rode with those juniors and seniors and those fifth years, guys with experience late in the year, because they deserve those opportunities to see them through. And they've been on the other side of some of those things, and so you want to see it through. But what that doesn't show is it doesn't show the quality of your practice, your preparation of guys who maybe aren't getting the minutes.
Yeah. Scout team just as important as the guys that are seen on the floor.
That's right. And there's the value is never in how many points you score, how many minutes you play, right? There's great value in our program for different roles that guys fill, and when they believe that, then we can achieve even higher.
Definitely. Yeah. A lot probably going through your mind against Lewis when that game ends, the buzzer goes off, you guys are passing the trophy around, you're cutting down the nets. What did you do there the week after, maybe after the NCAA tournament, to really soak in what you guys had accomplished?
I don't know that we have. Excuse me, I don't know that I have. Maybe it'll hit me more when we get out on the recruiting trail a little bit more. Right now we're bringing everybody to us recruiting-wise. Pretty soon we're going to be getting out to go watch people, and so we'll see colleagues, we'll see other people. And then I'm already kind of on to next year, and so, they'll give you the congratulatory or the conversation about it. It's been really cool to hear from so many people, colleagues, or right. I mean, I had messages from all kinds of people, but, I had a message from a former player in the league of an opponent. And it's those kind of things that when you work those 80, 100-hour weeks, when you're on the road and, it's snowing sideways at 2 a.m. on your bus, you can reflect back and know that it's all worth it, though, too.
Yeah, no, for sure. I know we talked, too, going into the week of the NCAA tournament, the first team in Jewel history to make it to an NCAA tournament. What were the things that you didn't expect? The little things, the planning details?
Yeah. Well, I mean, what was unique about it was playing at Indy versus Indy, so it's familiar territory. But there's just what was so different about it, Gray, was you have such an association of your calendar during the basketball season, right? You know, at the beginning of the year, what's going on. You know what conference play happens, and you know what's going on around you in your life as far as when you watch TV, there's other conference games going on. When we're playing, there's only a few teams still playing. And so your day's a little different, and it just feels – so it doesn't feel quite the same. And so you're just trying to get into a rhythm that gives you the best chance to have success and play well. But, yeah, it was wild. I mean, you're playing you know, if you're good, the hope is that, you know, you're practicing during fall break. You got Thanksgiving, you know, Halloween's in there. You got Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year. You're probably going to miss Valentine's Day. And then if your team's good, you're going to miss spring break. And I think we're pretty darn excited to have to miss spring break.
No, I hope you guys never have a spring break again.
Yeah, that's right.
You alluded to recruiting and using this as a tool. You want to just give us a quick recap of how that's going for you guys, maybe some things to expect next season?
Yeah, going well. I mean, the biggest thing from a recruiting standpoint is recruiting our own roster, right? All of our players who are able to come back or are coming back. We don't have any defections in the transfer portal, and that's just so big for us and the development of our players. And you saw it with Kobe and Trey, right? With fifth-year guys who came back. So to have our players back is always the most important recruiting that we're going to do. So then we got them better this spring. And then, you know, we got to improve our athleticism, try to get some size and length in. And you know, we're searching far and wide for that and trying to get that. And it's competitive. There's a lot of people who have visions for the same caliber of prospect we do. So sorting through all that and being competitive with it. But, you know, we'll continue to just get our players better, and then our players will do such a good job of ingraining the new players into our culture and into our daily habits and everything that hopefully what you see is a pretty similar identity of, you know, a toughness, unselfishness. But you might see some different people doing it. But we're excited about the guys we got coming back.
We're excited to watch it. And if I'm correct, it's 3 years in a row you've had a fifth year decided someone to come back?
Yeah, it will be. Yeah, so, right, Mason, Rob started it, and then Kobe and Trey, now J-Ball. Yeah, for sure. It's really cool, man. And, you know, the record books and the opportunities those guys have provided for themselves and for the program, pretty remarkable run, and just got to figure out a way to keep it going.
Yeah. Hey, repeat.
You bet.
Awesome.
You bet.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay,
Enjoy
great.
it. It looks good in your office. It looks good in the trophy case, and it looks good here.
We're going to keep it.
I like it.
All right.
Awesome. Thanks for coming to Cardinal Happy Hour at Conrad's Restaurant and Ale House for our 2024 Men's Basketball GLVC Championship celebration.